Good morning, parents. I'm going to come to you today with a video to explain what we're going to be moving on to in our math lesson. It is called Adding 3-Digit Numbers, and I want to show you 4 different methods to do that. We have a number line, base 10, place value, and hundreds, tens, and ones. Now, I understand that your natural instinct when showing your child how to do this type of problem is to stack your numbers. So 757 plus 152. This is called the standard algorithm, but this is not a concept like this that's taught until your child reaches mid-3rd grade year. And the reason for that is that we want to make sure that they have a solid understanding of place value before moving to this shorter version, which is, like I said, called the standard algorithm. Now, in this method, you would have 7 plus 2 is 9. 5 plus 5 is 10, you would carry your 1, and then 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So our answer would be 909. That is the most simplest way to find that, but it does not build number sense or understanding for your child. So in 2nd grade, we focus on place value a lot. So these are the 4 main methods you will see your child using. They may check their answer with the standard algorithm if they have a solid understanding of how that works, but it is not allowed as a form of evidence in my classroom. We do use these other methods. Now today I'm just going to show you 4 methods. I will post them on Parent Square, and I will also send home a sheet that looks exactly like this in your child's folder so that you have access to both forms of help should you need it when your child brings homework home. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the number line. To solve 757 plus 152, we first want to build a number line. I don't need to put an end point yet. We're going to start with our biggest number, 757, and then we're going to simply add by place value. So I have 100 that I need to jump by first. So I'm going to make my jump, and I'm going to add plus 100 to the top of that. Now 757, all I'm doing is adding 100, so I would land at 857. Next, I'm going to look at my tens place, which is a 5. So 5 tens is 50, so I'm going to make another jump. I'm going to put plus 50. And when I add, I'm just adding my tens place because I have a 0 right here, so my 7 stays the same. 5 plus 5 is 10, so I know that's going to change my 100 or my 800 to a 900, so I would end up with 907. My last place value I need to add is a 2, so I'm going to make a tiny jump forward. It's my last one, so I could put my point plus 2, and my answer is 909. Now I ask your children to label it and to write answer or my answer right there, because normally they have so much going on their papers that really draws my eye to where their answer is if they label it. Now, up at the top of your number line, these numbers, 150 plus 2, should total up what your second number is. And again, your biggest number goes at the front. So that is how to do the number line method. Okay, lots of students are learning to prefer this method because it's quick and easy. All right, base 10 is a little bit longer. It's a little bit more involved, which is we're trying to phase this out a little bit, but it is okay if your child still wants to use this method. So we would start with our first number, 757. I would draw out my 700s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I need to label what these are, what the value of each brick is, which is why it's a little bit more time consuming. My next place value is my tens, so I need 5 10 sticks, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to group those together and make my 50 because that's what that's worth. And then I'm going to look at my ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I want to label that with how much that's worth. Next, I'm going to draw my 152. So my 152 goes to the side. I make my 100s block. I make my 5 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I make my 2 ones. Group everything together and equals 2. And then down here I'm simply going to write what I have, how many values I have here. So I'm going to count my hundreds first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to write an expression, 800 plus 50 and 50 make another 100. So I'm going to write another 100 plus, and 7 and 2 make 9. I'm going to group my like amounts, so 900 plus 9, and my answer is 909. And again, I would like for your children to label their answer and circle it for me. Again, you can see all the work that's involved with this. This takes some effort, but we do end up with the same answer. So if your child was going to check their work that they did with the number line, the base 10 format would be a great way to check their work to see if their answers match. Okay? And sometimes I do expect your child to be able to do this in 2 different ways. All right, so that's a number line, and this is base 10. Let's take a look at adding by using place value. Okay, with place value, the first thing I want to do is to take my second number, and I'm going to break it into expanded form. Now, I show your kids that when breaking a number into expanded form, it means we're separating it, and I use a visual. We're separating that number into its parts. So I have 1 means I have 100. 5 means I have 50, because it's in the tens place. And then I have 2 ones. So this is expanded form when I break this number into its parts. The second thing I want to do is come back up and grab my first number. So 757 plus, and I'm going to start adding my place values. So I have plus 100 equals, well, 757 plus 100 equals 857. I'm going to bring my 857 down, plus I'm going to grab my 50 because I've already used my 100, so I'm going to grab my 50. 857 plus 50, 50 and 50 makes another 100, so I have 907. I'm going to bring my 907 down, plus, and I'm going to add my last place value, my 2. So 907 plus 2 is 909. That's my final answer. I want to circle and label. Again, if there's time, your child will check their work using a different method to make sure their answers match. If their answers don't match, that means they've done something wrong and they need to find where their mistake is. Okay, just good math practice. All right, hundreds, tens, and ones chart, just like with our base 10, this is a method down here that we're trying to phase out. We want the children to be able to focus more towards working towards 3rd grade standards and focusing from phasing out of these, but it's just how it sounds. You're going to make a hundreds, a tens, and a ones chart, and then using tally marks, we're going to draw our numbers. So my first number that I'm going to draw is 757. So I want to write 757, and then I want to put tally marks for my 700. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not going to use cross marks for 5 because that gets tricky when the students have to decompose. Then I have 5 tens, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put a little dotted line, and I'm going to grab my other number, 152. So I need 100, I need 5 more tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I need 2 ones, 1, 2. Okay, once I have that done, I want to total up what the value is inside each column. So inside my hundreds column, I have 7 up here and 1 here, which means 800. In my tens column, I have 10 tens. So if I count by tens, that's going to make 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I want to write 100 right there. And then my 7 plus my 2 is my 9. Just like up in the base 10, I want to combine my like parts. So 800 and 100 is 900 plus my 9, and my answer is 909. 9. Now, we're going to label, and then your children will most likely want to put a P by that and circle by all these numbers that are palindromes. And all that means is just something fun, that it's the same number forwards, 909, as it would be backwards, 909. Now, again, these are just 4 methods that we're using in class. Your child really should know 2 of them inside and out so that they can check their work to make sure that they're getting the right answers. Again, I appreciate your help at home showing the standard algorithm. Yes, it is a lot less work and it may seem a lot simpler, but using this method, your child really doesn't understand what they're doing with place value. So this is our last resort. I would prefer that not be shown at home. It will come into play in your child's 3rd grade curriculum. Again, I want to thank you. I hope this helps. I will send a picture of this handout in your child's folder, and I will post this video online on Parent Square. We will do another video like this when we start subtraction with 3-digit numbers. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.